All right, Sue, down to Washington now, where lawmakers are back from their holiday break, and the new 114th Congress was sworn in today. Republicans assume full control for the first time in 8 years, with comfortable majorities now in both houses. John Boehner was reelected to a third term as Speaker of the House after a tense vote and opposition from within his party, notably from the Tea Party. He ultimately received 216 votes. So what does Wall Street want from this new Congress? Kayla Tausche takes a look.
There are a lot of changes ahead in Washington with the 114th Congress being sworn in. Wall Street is bracing for many of those changes to have a near-term impact, and here's what it's watching. First, the renewal of the Terrorism Risk Insurance Act died in Senate last month due to a seemingly Wall Street-friendly rider that exempted parts of Dodd-Frank. Now, Republicans say that this legislation is still a must-do, though it will likely make it through with something Wall Street pushes for that the White House doesn't like. And that doesn't mean rolling back Dodd-Frank altogether. Banks know it's the law of the land, but certain parts could see changes, like the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau could see a push for a new governing structure that emulates other regulatory bodies. Finally, the Senate is expected to take up a bipartisan bill allowing banks to declare Chapter 11 bankruptcy. That's a move that seemingly makes taxpayer bailouts less and less likely as we get away from the financial crisis. Now, outside of legislation, there are some high-profile people moves that could have an impact on the banking sector. First, the controversial appointment of Lazard banker Antonio Weiss to Treasury Undersecretary. That's an appointment that garnered a surprising and some say unfair amount of criticism. There's also the nomination of Loretta Lynch of New York's Eastern District to helm the Justice Department. And remember, the DOJ is still actively pursuing several investigations into Wall Street activities. Finally, we will see two new nominees to the Federal Reserve. One we know is the former CEO of the Bank of Hawaii and has community banking experience. The other nominee we are still waiting on, but could have a large impact on the markets. So a lot of the same debates from years past and from Congress's past, but many new voices, including a new chair at the Senate Banking Committee that could potentially change some of these outcomes. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Kayla Tausche.